Hi guys, today I am going to share with you a few more creamy eyeshadows. I've actually found this amazing dupe for Charlotte Tilbury's Eyes to Mesmerize Oyster Pearl. It is a great find and I hope it will be a benefit to many of you. This is part of a series that I'm doing on different cream eyeshadows. I thought there was so much information that needed to be doled out in small portions, otherwise it would be overwhelming. If you haven't seen part 1, I will link it right here. It was a comparison between Charlotte Tilbury's creamy eyeshadow and Chanel's Le Quatre Ombre. So just different formulas and how they work. If you've never used a creamy eyeshadow before, you might want to check it out before you watch this video. Which one would you pay $32 for, and which one would you pay less than $7? Would you able to tell it if you saw somebody wearing it? I can't. Not on my hand, and barely on my eyelids. So let's go find out about all these cool new things. I think I found a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury's Eyes to Mesmerize Oyster Pearl, and we're going to test it today. These colors are incredibly similar. If you are trying to save money or you don't care how soft the formula feels on application, I see nothing wrong with saving, $25 at least to get very similar, I cannot say the same, but very similar results for $25 less. I am super impressed by this creamy eyeshadow that compares so closely to Charlotte Tilbury's. I want to try them both on at the same time so you can compare them side by side and you tell me what you think. So let's start with Charlotte. It's super creamy. It's a dream. I so enjoy putting it on because you don't have to tug, you don't have to pull, you just tap, 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 and you get this beautiful color. I think I put too much right off the bat. Be wasting my $37 eyeshadow. But you can see this is gonna be really quick. It's more about the texture and application of both creamy eyeshadows so you can compare. See, it's quite smooth. Kind of like it. It's really pretty. Now let's go ahead and try Maybelline's Color Tattoo 24 Hour. The formula is much drier, it's much rougher. It doesn't go on as easily. There's a lot more manipulation of the product in order to spread it out evenly. But I think the results are so close. I want to show you. I actually have, it's very dry, so I have to kind of like push my finger in there, kind of like digging for color. If you rotate your finger and you kind of like warm up the product, it will melt into your skin eventually, and you'll be able to apply it to your eye. You can see that the consistency shows it's not a souffle like, it's much drier. I'll still try to apply it by tapping, but it's much more difficult to do so. I actually have to press into my eyelid. I'll use a second finger to thin it out at the top. But again, this is incredibly close. There might be just a slight hint of copper in the Charlotte Tilbury, but I don't think so. I think these formulas are so similar. There's a slight extra glossiness that comes from the formula itself and shimmer. It is, I would say, 10% glossier. 10%. 10% glossier. Think about that when you're considering spending the money on this product. I honestly love Charlotte Tilbury. I love the way it feels when I put it on. But if I were younger and I wanted to emulate the look, I wouldn't think about it twice. I would spend the $7. I think when I bought this was on some sort of promotion. It was actually $3. So the exact color is, and it's from the Color Tattoo Metal collection. These eyeshadows last 24 hours, and they really do, because I've slept with them and woke up in the morning and they're still there. But so does Charlotte Tilbury's. It's very long lasting, even though it's souffle-like. It settles and it dries into your eyelid. But I am incredibly surprised at how close these eyeshadows look. They feel different, but they're really, really close. Last night when I tried, this one here looked like it would settle into the tiny little creases and make my eyelid creasier looking, whereas the luminescence and softness of the Charlotte Tilbury just smoothed it out better. It was almost like it had some sort of a diffusing quality to it, almost like airbrushing. But again, I think it is so close that I would not spend the extra money if money were an issue. I would not spend the extra 20-something dollars, $25 at least $25 more for the Charlotte Tilbury. But it's good to know that we have options out there. So I did prep my eyes before the side-by-side comparison because my eyes have been very red and irritated from all the testing. But I used a moisturizer on my eyelids and I used my concealer just to make sure that they're nice and even. And as you compare the two, again, consider the Color Tattoo as a morning eyeshadow, whereas you could reserve your Charlotte Tilbury as an evening eyeshadow, as it is a little bit glossier, and since you're paying more for it, maybe use it on special occasions. But I think this is a beautiful dupe. If money is an issue, definitely I'd go with this one. Now, when I bought those, the 24-hour Color Tattoo, they were so inexpensive that I tried different colors. So I selected 2 flat ones and 2 shinier ones. And I will go ahead and do an eye look where I combine a flat color with a glossier color. I wanted to tell you that I found that even within the same brand, some of the colors felt creamier than the others. It might be that some were older, I don't know, but definitely. So here they are, the 4 colors that I got. The first one right here is the dupe for Charlotte Tilbury. This one is my least favorite. One, because the color seems to be very streaky because the formula is dry, and also it makes me look like I have a bruised eye. But I will try an eye look using these 2 colors. The price is definitely right. So I will try using this flat color with this glimmery color. Super easy. So what you would do is grab a good amount of the flat color. Tap, tap, tap. This is a deeper, darker color, so it belongs in the background. So just like in painting, you need to have your background color go in first. We're applying our background color, and it's darker And for us hooded eyes ladies, I pull the color all the way almost to the bone. Like if I raise my eyebrows, I'm touching my bones right here, and I'm just tapping right on the bone. And then that way I will have darkness to recede that heavy upper lid. Go ahead and do the same to the other eyelid. But I don't want it to go and touch my eyebrows because I want to have some lightness right there, so that we'll add a little brightness to the eye. All right, that was super easy. Now let's get to that barely branded shade. Again, mine came a little silkier than the other ones, and I'm using this finger now, so as to not mix things up, letting the temperature of my finger melt the product. There it is. And I'm only applying that on the part of the eyelid underneath the crease, all the way to the eyelashes. I am going heavier right in the middle of the eye and then patting to dissolve the product. And it's okay if you get a little product right here, because you want that brightness right there. We can blend it a little bit more. This product dries really fast, so you do have to work accordingly. I'm gonna put more because I want it to be distinctly brighter right there. And then tap on either side of it. Different finger to blend it. Want it to be an even application, and that's the problem with these eyeshadows. The less expensive eyeshadows is they dry so quickly that you have to be very efficient with your work. I got some mess right here. I'm gonna clean it up, no worries. But let's do the other eye first. Definitely a more difficult product to work with because it dries so quickly. What a mess. Get my clean hand right here. It takes a little getting used to these formulas. They're too dry and dry too fast. But we can always work around it. Always have a little wet rag of some sort. It's just a wipey. And I am going to clean up the edges, and this went down too far. They don't say it's 24 hours on accident. Look at how I cannot even remove that hardly. Anyway, let's put some concealer to clean that mess up. My poor eyes are so worn out from all this stuff. It's doable, but it's not perfect by any means. Wonder if using a applicator might work better, but it's simply the quality of the product we're paying $7 for. I literally paid $3 for these. Now I want to use an eyeliner and apply it real close to those eyelashes. You don't want to see white space between eyelashes and eyeliner. I will use a brush to go under near the waterline right here, just to give it a little bit of depth. But even the brush doesn't seem to be able to grab this in a way that's easy to work. We can try. Okay, mascara. So I just watched this lady go over something like 45 mascaras, maybe more. She said in a period of a year she tested all these different mascaras. On her top list of mascaras, she came up with the On Point by Pur Cosmetics. I affiliated myself to them because if somebody went to that much trouble and actually found a mascara that will check all boxes, I'm all for it and I want to belong to it. So look at that interesting applicator. It's almost like has a little waist on it. Like it flares in, it flares out. It will separate, curl, elongate, it will not flake, it will last, and it has hemp in it. So I'm all for it. I hope it works because I'm liking already the way the application is going. And it cost me $22 and they sent a couple of samples. So you do have to pay for shipping because it's not through Amazon. I'll have the link down below and you can buy different products. They have other cute stuff that I want to try, but I didn't have time to look through it completely at this time because I have a few things lined up already to share with you. But I will try their other products. But as far as I'm concerned, this mascara is a winner. Remember, I have no eyelashes. And this is pretty decent. I just think the applicator is interesting. I've never had an applicator that had that little tightness in the middle. I'm not sure what that's for. I'm sure there's a reason behind it. I like that the way it's spreading the mascara is making it my mascara fluffy instead of just plain like covering one eyelash at a time. It's like it's creating all these extra eyelashes I didn't know I had. I'm pretty happy with it. Seriously. What? Okay guys, everybody run and get one. I'm loving it. This is cute. Alright. They got a customer. Alright, so then super awesome. Makes up for the messy eyeshadow. Ooh. Just very difficult to work with, that 24. But I wanted you guys to see. I really think that by trying the products in front of you with the correct lighting, that you actually seeing all the imperfections, art perfections, is really, I would hope, helpful for you guys when you make a decision on whether or not to invest on a product. Now, being that that product is so inexpensive in comparison to the Charlotte Tilbury, I would still buy the Bad to Bronze and use it as a one and done. Absolutely, hands down, I would not even question that choice at all. So that's my input. Love the mascara. The link is below. I am affiliated with them, but only after the research that this YouTuber made, and I will put a link to her research here so you guys can see. And I really enjoy the quality. I think the eyelashes turned out great for $22, and it has hemp in it, which I think I'll write it down here if whether or not that hemp affects anything on the quality of the product. Now there's one last product I wanted to share, and that is the Burt's Bee Color Nurture in the color Rose Cream. And what I found about this product it is that it's super oily. As you can see on the paper, it left an oil mark right there. The consistency is much nicer than the color tattoo. And I'm gonna put some on my eye so you can see over the other color. But you see on my hand right there what it looks like. But if I put it over the color that I currently have in my eyes, it's very similar. You don't really see much, but it just deepens. I think it brings a little bit of rosiness to the eyelid, but the formula is much, much oilier. And if you do have oily eyelids, one of the things that the experts say is use a primer, and a primer will help keep the oilier eyeshadows on your eyelids, so on your skin. I use this works just fine, and it's very inexpensive. And what it does, it leaves a little bit of tackiness that the oil will hold on to, or the pigment will hold on to. So I hope all these selections and how I use the products and what they look like, how they compare, were explained in a way that was helpful to you all. And I hope that the Charlotte Tilbury dupe will work for you.